We are working too fast? Okay, we will slow down for you. Part 1. I recently found this sub and I think I have a great story for it. This happened about 2 years ago. I work in construction, but more specifically I cut concrete. A lot of people aren't familiar with my job, but all you really need to know is that I don't pour any concrete. I use big diesel and hydraulic powered saws to cut and remove it. I work at a relatively small company, 15 employees. And we are the company to use for concrete cutting and removal in our area. I was the first employee hired at this company and my bosses are amazing. They have been in the industry for 25 and 30 years respectively. We will call them Brad and Cody. They know what they are doing and they still get out and work in the field and will outwork any of our employees. We were awarded a no-bid contract at a very large facility to cut and remove a very large section of their outdoor slab because it had cracked. This was routine for us, we could do it in our sleep. But it was still a large project. The reason we were given the contract but not held to a number was because they wanted it done right and fast, and they knew that we were the guys to do this even though we aren't always the cheapest. The customer requested us to bring extra equipment and specialized saws, just in case. Important later. The day comes that we are supposed to start and they wanted us on site at 6:30 a.m. for a safety meeting. Brad and Cody went out while I stayed back to get my crews ready for the day before heading out to meet them. When I arrived at 8 a.m., they were still standing by their trucks just talking. I asked them how the safety meeting went and they said that no one had shown up yet. Finally they got there at around 9 a.m. and didn't even acknowledge that they were late. We met the guy that was in charge of the project. His name was John. John said during the safety meeting that there would always be a few people around from his company to watch us while we worked. We figured it was weird but no big deal. We ran a routine safety meeting after and it was time to work. We got about a third of the project completed in one day. The entire time we were working there were no less than 25 people standing around watching us work. We kept joking with them to just set up bleachers, it would be easier to watch that way. They made us call it quits at 4 p.m. so they could go home. Right about this time we started to figure there was something up with these guys. They didn't care that we didn't get started until late and wanted us to end early, yet a big part of us being there was to get it done fast. Either way we figured we would still be able to get done in about 3 days and make record time for a project of this size, all while making a fair amount of money for ourselves.